Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A little behind schedule here. I'm just waiting for the. I've been waiting for the CPI data to come out. The Consumer Price Index numbers, mixed bag coming out at the moment. They're not. Prices are not plummeting. They're not surging. But they're not quite as good as forecast. They're kind of. We're in like 1/10 of 1% of the range. Does this mean a 100-point rise or drop for the Dow? Is this the end of the world or the greatest thing since mankind was created? In an hour from now, it won't make a damn bit of difference. I can tell you that right now. It won't matter. Because if you go to your grocery store and you try to buy 12 eggs, you're going, what? How much do you want for a dozen eggs? That's not 6% higher than a year ago. This is triple. You want a pound of butter? Wow, what? How much is it? You want a thing of milk? What? How much is it? Yeah, so forget the 6% core. All that, it's all crap. You all know it. You don't guys. None of you guys are paying 6% more to live than a year ago. None of us. Nobody. Nowhere. It's garbage. It's all bunk. But the markets will react, and we have to let it react, and we have to let it get it out of its system. And there you go. So welcome to the show. Thank you, Deep Value Options. Number 3 thumbs up this morning. Thank you for letting me know. Spicy, Hector, Bobby, Jep, Richard, Lame Duck. Look at the thumbs ups coming in here. Lorraine, Abram, Doubting Philosopher, James, Dean, AJ is here. Good morning. Home Skillet, what's going on? Look at number 26 coming in. The Big E is here. How you doing? John Anderson's here. JR, John Malone. They're all here. They're here. They're here. Of course they're here. Why wouldn't they be here? Even White Feather's here. How you doing, White Feather? Welcome to the show. Alex, number 45. Good stuff. Wing Commander 47, Double D. I'm number 50 on the thumbs up meter. So am I. So am I. So am I. Everyone's number 50 today. How about that? You gotta love it. Thank you all so much coming around here. It's wonderful. John, thank you. David, how you doing? John Gill, what's going on? Hey, everybody. We're on our way to 200 thumbs ups already, and I'm late 4 minutes, and I've only been on the air 2 minutes, and we're at 57 thumbs up, 60 thumbs up. Yay! Thank you all. Appreciate it. Keep them coming. Look, this whole thingy about the inflation thing, like I said, in an hour, you can forget all about it. And just move on with our lives and, take it from there. Okay. So we're all good. Good morning, Golf Mom. Hey, Dustin, what's going on? Splair. Good morning, everybody. Welcome from from Dortmund. Welcome from Dortmund. Nice to have you here. All of my German viewers, how are you, German viewers? How are you guys doing in the UK? How are you all in the European Central District over there? How's it going, Europeans? I can tell you that Jen and I are well, it's more me than Jen, but definitely me thinking about what are we doing this summer? Where are we going? Where are we traveling to? I keep telling Jen, let's go back to Europe. Let's go back to Europe. Let's just go back to Europe and hang out in Europe a little more. Got to convince her on that. Got to keep building her strength up, and hopefully I can convince her to make another trip over there. Let's go back to Europe. Nice to see you, everybody. I show 79-point gain on the Dow. I don't even know if that's accurate. This is the futures here on my big S iPad. I don't know if it's accurate or not. Splayer 66 is in the house. Flint Creek Soap Company. Good morning, everybody. Gazoo Auto. How you doing, man? Number 56 is here. Welcome, everybody, for these early thumbs ups. Look, the headline today, the title of the show today, because every day I have to come up with a title. I don't know why I have to do that. Why do I have to have a different title every day? I don't know. It's a YouTube thing. So today I said option writers already paid for March and April. Live stock trading in plain English with Uncle Bruce. How is that? How is that? You see, if you have a day job, like a lot of you used to have, a lot of you still have, if you have a day job, you work first and then you get paid later. So you put it out there, show up at that cubicle every day or work from your home for company, whatever, and do the work, and then you get paid later. In some cases, you're not paid for a month, which is ridiculous. I mean, that's just stupid. Why should you wait a month to be paid? I mean, that's crap. But there's some companies that try and do that. There are those companies that have what they call withholding, things. They'll give you like an advance in the middle of the month, and then they'll give you the balance at the end. Because they're cash flow experts over there, and they're trying to preserve cash in the house. I get it. There are certain employers that just cannot afford to pay you for an hour's work the minute you do the work, because the cash flows don't work that way in their organization either, because they get paid once they deliver services to whoever their clients are. Fair enough. Obviously, someone who's like in sales, you sell, you work for a refrigerator maker, and you sell refrigerators to a store in Peoria. You can write up the contract and all that, and the store signs it and say, yeah, Wilton, we're going to buy 50 grand worth of refrigerators from you, and the salesman gets 3% commission, $1,500. Well, some commissions are paid, every 2 weeks, but that salesman likely won't be paid that commission until the refrigerators are delivered, and in some cases won't be paid until the refrigerators are paid for. Then you get paid. And so that's the way the world is. But if you're an option writer, it's all different. If you're an option writer, you are creating a contract out of thin air, which of course a lot of people go, how do they do that? And of course, those in the know say, you want to know how to do that? Watch Uncle Bruce's lessons starting at number 1, and you'll figure it out. It's all in there. But you get paid up front. You get paid the minute you sell your contract. Boom. The money's in your account. Done. Finished. I keep begging you people and coercing you and encouraging you and leaning you over here to write longer term contracts out of the money for fat premiums. Why do I do that? Why do I keep doing that? Well, because if you sell a contract to somebody for 75 cents that expires this Friday, and you buy it back for 25 cents, you've made 50 cents between now and Friday. Yay! $50 a contract. That's great. You sold 5 of them, you made $250. Yay! Now go pay all your bills with $250. Oops, not gonna happen. You sell contracts for $165 and buy them back for 88 cents or 59 cents or $1.22. You'll make money. You'll make some money, and you can argue with me, going, "Well, Bruce, I sold a contract for $1.80 and I bought it back for 90 cents. I made 50% on my money, man." Well, you didn't make 50% on anybody's money. You got 50% of the deal. You got half the deal. But 50% of nothing is nothing. 90 cents in your pocket, $90 a contract times 5, 10 contracts. Good luck paying all your bills. And you better be right every damn week you write these 1 week contracts. Every week you better be right. One mistake, one miscalculation of the market's direction, and now I guessed wrong. And when you guess wrong, you don't get any money. Now you pay money to buy back the call over what you sold it for and try to roll it into something else. And you're not going to write it into next week's call. You're now writing out months, because you didn't take the big money up front. You didn't take the time up front. You went and gambled this week's results, this week's closing markets. It's okay. Even those folks make money in the markets. It's okay. But if you're really doing this for a living and you want to do option writing for your full-time job, you don't play the weekly guessing game anymore. You have to take a whole different attitude here. You got to be like an employer. You got to be like a boss. You got to be like an owner of a business. You have to bring money in now, and it has to last you a while. Think about where you work. You may work for a company that has a big contract for a job or whatever, and they get the job done, and a big check rolls in, and the company goes, "All right, we just brought in $2 million in cash." And then some of the employees go, "Oh, this is great. We can party now." And the owner of the company is going, "Hold it, Chester. Relax. This $2 million that just came in, we have to live off of this money for the next 3 months, because we have other contracts out there that are in various stages of development. We won't be paid for those jobs for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. And we factored in forward what our cash flows are going to be, what they're expected to be. And we can't, this $2 million has to last the next 3 months minimum. So we're down to $633,000 or whatever it is, $650,000 a month here. And we have to divide that into bi-weekly payments for employees and monthly rents and obligations we have and business taxes and on and on and on it goes. It gets divvied up, and there ain't a whole lot left when it's all said and done. And the party now, there really is no big party. We just got plastic cups and a couple of bowls of nachos, and that's it. Geez, What happened to the party? We just got a $2 million check in the front door. As an option writer, you want to make $5,000 a month to pay your bills around your house, and you write options that only bring you in $3,000. I have bad news for you. You're going to have trouble paying your $5,000 in bills because you only brought in $3,000 in premiums. Where's the other two coming from? Are you going to wiggle your nose like Samantha on Bewitched and make it happen? I mean, you're going to guess that maybe you can write another call next week and get the other $2,000. I mean, where's it coming from? Certainty is something that is a nice thing to have when you're in the business of investing, in the investing business. And maybe the certainty of having the dough in hand just trumps everything else. And this is where I keep begging you guys and encouraging you guys, and I will keep doing it, to say to you, way to go, those of you who are writing deep in the money contracts against your deep in the money calls. Way to go. Because you're leveraging up your ability to write and bring income in. Way to go. You're using that cash to buy more deep in the money calls, then obviously your home bills are being paid for from your job because you're still working. But that's okay, because if you are working to try to become a non-worker, to be a self-employed person, you're frantically working at work to just keep everything going, and the account you have, you're rolling it over and building it up and adding deep in the money calls every couple of days or weeks or whatever, as many times as you can, to write more contracts to bring in more cash. Great. But there comes a point in time where you will reach a certain number of contracts and you will ask yourself, and you will analyze it with your brain. You'll say, I should be at enough now. I should be able to bring enough cash in now to be able to live off the premiums on what I'm doing here. There has to be a point in time where that is reality. Is it at 12 contracts? Probably not. Is it at 18 contracts? Probably not. Is it at 25 or 45 or 60? Somewhere there's a number that all of you have in your minds that says, yes. Here's what I say. You got to kind of look at it from an objective point of view, where you can ask yourself and say to yourself, do you believe that you're able to generate $1 or $2 a month depreciation out of a contract so that money lands in your lap? In other words, you write a call for $5, you buy it back for $3, you write another call for $5, you buy it back for $3, you write another call for $5, you buy it back for $3. And over 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, you look at the performance of your account, you look at the performance of the options markets, the contract you're writing on, the stock you're writing it on, or whatever you're writing it on. Is there enough depreciation in the contracts that you're working with that you can bring in a certain amount of money every 30 or so days? And you have to figure out, it's a 120-day study. That's a 4-month period. And I have to take all these dollars now and divide it by 4 and go, on average, every month or so, 3 weeks to 5 weeks, I seem to bring in this much money. You've got to figure out, okay, what does that mean on a monthly basis? And over a year, you will be able to do it. The problem is that when you're trying to quit your day job right now, you're factoring forward what you've been doing the last 2-3 months and trying to figure out, is this the number that actually is happening? Have I reached this point where I can say goodbye to my boss? But at the end of the day, if you can safely say to yourself, I can make $2 a contract every month on average for whatever contract I generally write. I either get it in cash, or I'm making $2 in capital appreciation because my account is going up in value. Maybe I made $1 cash and I made $1 in book value this month, but I'm $2 a contract richer. You know this up front. You know the answer to this question the minute you sell a contract. That's the advantage to you. You're now a company, not an employee anymore. The money is in-house up front, and now you have to make it last. Now, if you're writing 50 calls on GameStop and they're bringing you $4 a contract in your door, there's 20 grand in the house. It's not time to have a party. It's time to analyze what this 20,000 is going to do. What is the end game with this $20,000? It's in your account, cash, yes. If you still have a day job and you know that all the bills around the house will be, covered, and you can hang on to your credit card balances and just keep everyone calm, this 20 grand is in your account, is sitting there, and there's no immediate pressure on it to go somewhere else. Now you have two choices to make. Do you sit on it and wait to buy these calls back at a lower price, or do a rollover and move into higher priced calls and keep going that way? Or do you not sit on that cash? You turn around immediately and you now buy additional deep in the money calls because you're still in the deep in the money call acquisition phase of your world, and you're trying to buy another 12 or 15 more in the money calls with that money to write another whack of calls to bring in additional cash, because you're still trying to get to that set number of calls that I have to be able to write every month. I have to get to 75 or 115 or 83 or whatever the number in your mind is. Others of you will sit there and go, I'm not going to play the game where I'm going to make $2 a month guaranteed revenue on my calls. I'm not going to push it to that level. I'm going to go half of that. I'm going to say that with pretty good confidence, I'm going to make $1 a month on my contracts, not two. If I do make $2 a month on my contracts, I'm a trading god. I'm an option writing overlord. But if I clear $1, if I can count on $1, that's $100 a contract to me, and I can write 50 of these a month that generate $100 to me every month. That's $5,000 coming in the front door. That is capital gain. And at 15% tax rate, give or take, some states have no state tax, some states do. You got to figure out your own taxes. Don't ask me for this. But you might have a tax bill that's less than $1,000 a month on a $5,000 capital gain coming in the front door. You might be able to go, I can live on $4,000 a month here. I would net $4,000 a month on this, because at the end of the year, I got to pay $1,000 in tax on this $5,000. I better keep that in mind. I can live on $4,000. So as soon as I hit 50 calls that I can write, as soon as I can write 50, and I know I can crank out 25 cents a week in profit, depreciation, 5 cents a day in depreciation. I mean, you can break it down to the daily if you want. $1 a month. I've reached the magic spot. If I happen to clear $1.50 this month on options because the market gave me gifts of fluctuating prices, great. I made $7,500 this month gross. I need $4,000 net to live on. Yeah, okay, I could take 4 out, leave the rest in there, and buy some more in the money, deep in the money calls, and write more calls. Great. This is great. Not only am I getting richer, but I also made the nut. There comes a point in time where you know what that number has to be. And many of you are smart, very smart, very, very smart. And you've decided, well, Bruce, love you, buddy, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to quit my day job until I make double what I need. My account has to make me double what I really need to get by on, so that if I have a crappy month, or stocks do stupid things, or I miss a trade, or something, I screwed up somewhere, I've got protection. I only have to be half as good as I should be. And that's conservative to get by. This is smart, prudent financing. This is smart business management. And this is where the companies that you folks work for now, you understand whether you're working for a loosey-goosey organization that is on the side, flying by the seat of its pants, or whether you're operating with a corporation that is extremely conservative in their estimates, very conservative in their money management, and always pay their bills on time. You know the companies, you know the people that operate that way too. There are people, relatives, friends, brothers, sisters, whatever, who don't do it the way you do it when it comes to getting by every month. There are those who are really conservative, and they always have 3 months of cash in their checking account against any catastrophic whatever, and they always pay their gas bill on time, and they're methodical. And then there's the rest of us who are like, have you got enough money for the gas bill? Oh, we just got this bill, and I didn't know, I forgot the electric bill just came. Oh, shoot, have we got enough money for that? There are those folks, the other folks. And it's the same in the option writing business. And so for you folks in the option writing business, I say, You are being paid upfront right now for March and April. And how do I know that? Because if you're writing calls that expire in March or April or May or June or July, you've already written these calls. If you've written calls that expire in July and your objective is to buy those back in the next month or two, you're not going to wait till July to buy these back. You're going to buy them back way before then. You're looking for a couple of bucks a contract. You're looking for a 50% discount on that contract, whatever the number is. So you write them for $450. You want to buy them back at between $2 and $250 as soon as possible, and then write some more, and away we go. Yeah, well, that's the game plan. How many can you write? How much are you bringing in? How much are you going to give back? And how much can you rewrite for? And keep this game going. If every 2 weeks you can do an option turnover that brings you $5,000 net profit every 2 weeks, and you do that for 10 weeks in a row, you can kind of go, I seem to make this much money every month. Then you can do a pretty quick monthly calculation, how much money you're making. If you are doing a trade every 4 to 6 weeks, but the trade is so juicy, much larger per rollover, then you've got factoring to do. You've got, okay, well, every 6 weeks we seem to bring in about 8,000 every 6 weeks, and then the next 6 weeks we brought in another 8,000 on the next rollover, and then we did it again. So you figure out how many weeks that is and how many dollars that is, and you divide that into 4.5 weeks for a typical month, and you start to factor out what your monthly takeout is. Welcome to the world of self-employment. Welcome to the world of money management. Welcome to the world of becoming a real serious option writer. That's the world we're talking about here. This is the world where you can begin to say to yourself, yep, I didn't quit that day job until I was making double what I was used to make at the shop. And I worked up until a certain point in time. Then I said my goodbyes. I had 3 months of money in the bank already before I even quit that job, so that I had my bills paid for the next quarter. And I'm generating more than I need every month already. And so the first month that I quit my job, I was just staying at home and, keeping everything going. But the second, third, and fourth month, what did I start doing? I started doing what Uncle Bruce is doing. I started figuring out, maybe this summer we can go to Europe for like 2 months. And I'll trade from over there for a little bit. Maybe we could go to Spain for a month and France for a month. Maybe we can travel to wherever. Maybe in the fall, we'll travel to Asia. Next winter, we'll travel to New Zealand, Australia. Summertime down there. Maybe we can do that. Maybe next winter, we'll be down in the South for a little travel. I don't know what you want to do. It all depends. You got kids. You got that world. You got your empty nesters. You've got that world. It all depends on the situation you're in, and it's your situation. You decide what you want to do. But in order for you to say sayonara to the day job and do this, you have to know where it's coming from and how. But I'll tell you, there are full-timers right now already paid for February and March. They've already been paid. They've already got their money in the bank. They already know exactly how much they're going to make in the next 2 months because the money's already in the bank. They wrote calls. They've written 150 calls in the last 2 weeks. They've hauled in $2 more for every call they wrote on these rollovers. They have $30,000 in their account. They know they're only going to put 10, 15 back into the market, and they're going to write another $30,000 worth of contracts. They know there's another 15 coming net to them in the next 30 to 40 days. They know this. It's already there. That's what option writers do around here. That's what we talk about here. That's what this channel is about. We talk about how we can get the hell out of a day job and become asset managers of our own assets. And so many of you out there who do watch me or hear about me or you're told to watch me, you have friends of yours, relatives of yours, and what have you, who are telling you, watch this guy. He has no hair, very little hair. It's all white. He's in a really basic little cage somewhere. He says he's in Palm Desert, but how do you know that? Looking behind him, there's no palm trees back there. He says he's homeless. He's Canadian. I mean, he's not even American. I mean, the guy's Canadian. How can you trust this guy? But he does say sorry, so he's kind of nice. And he claims to be homeless, and he has a Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife that you never get to see, so you got to trust him on that. And the guy is telling you that you have assets already that you're sitting on, more than enough already, and you can already walk. You have no idea how rich you actually are, how powerful you actually are, how powerful the assets you have that you control now that can already take you out of your cubicle. The problem is you can't quit your job today and manage those assets because you don't know what you're doing and you don't understand it. And you're going, what is he talking about? I can get paid in advance to write off. What is an option? What's a stock? What's a market order? What's a lesson number one? That's where you're headed. You're headed to my website, and you're going to watch lesson number one, and you're going to say, you're going to be told. I sure hope you're being told. If you're brand new here, oh God, I hope you're being told by friends and relatives that you're going to go to this guy's website, and you're going to try to learn how to become an option writer. And it could take you 3 to 6 months before you're ready to even write your first contract, because you're going to be nervous as hell to do it. And number two, it's going to take you probably 6 months to 12 months to really get this to the point where you're going to go, aha, I get it now. I've been in the Uncle Bruce College for a while. I've taken a number of his classes. I've been hanging out with these folks over here. I seem to understand what's happening. And I now realize, oh, you're talking about equity that I have and assets that I've already got through my 401k or whatever I'm sitting on. I have unrealized abilities. I have abilities to turn assets into some cash and use that cash to do what Bruce is suggesting, which is to write options on the open market using that cash as my foundation. And that will generate this much kind of capital. That's what he's talking about here. And some of you are going, holy crap. I didn't know just 30, 50, 70, $100,000 could be way more than I need to live off of. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't get it. I mean, there are people out there who own a car, okay? The car is a $5,000 to $10,000 car, a 15 grand car. It's not worth a lot of money, but they use it to make a living. They're driving for DoorDash, or they're doing Uber drives if they have a nicer car. They're making a living on an asset, which is not $1 million asset. The biggest asset inside that car is the person behind the wheel. That's the power, the brains, driving that car to be paid to drive the car for whatever services you're doing. Then there are those folks who drive vans that are filled with plumbing supplies because they're a plumber. And that van and the stuff in the back of the van, that's worth $250,000. Well, that's the value of their business. And they're getting told to go to this apartment, this house, and over there to do plumbing work. There are electricians. There are computer operators. There are a lot of people with equipment, with assets that they manage, that they control, that they utilize to make a living with. I am telling you guys that you need an asset to make a living, to write options. And the asset is you need the kind of equity to be able to either own stock or to own deep in the money calls, to write enough call contracts to make a living. And then the brain power is right here. You got it. That's you. You're the operator of this business. That's all this is. It's not personal. It's just a business. That's all this is. And I'm trying to create new business owners here on this channel every day, every week, every month. And I want some of you, not all of you, because a lot of you get it, but a lot of you don't yet get it, that you guys are theoretically looking into the idea of perhaps becoming a business owner that runs a business known as an option writing business. This is a real legitimate thing. There are folks in Manhattan and Frankfurt, Milan, Italy, Tokyo, Shanghai. They're everywhere writing, London, England, obviously, writing options for a living to the tune of billions of dollars a year, millions of dollars a week, full time. That's all they do, with all kinds of help assistants and fancy computer systems to help them guide them through the complex trading world of contracts. I'm trying to get you guys to be a one-man wrecking crew to write call options on stocks that anyone can buy anytime they want on the New York Stock Exchange, that are NASDAQ listed, S&P listed, and the Dow components, where I'm just saying to you, I think I can help guide you to make a living off of Apple stock. Are you comfortable owning Apple stock? Is that too risky for you? Then put your money in T-bills and go to sleep. But if you're comfortable owning Apple stock or Microsoft stock or Cisco or Pfizer or HPQ or GameStop if you love GameStop or Tesla if you love Tesla, you want to write options on stocks, I can help you figure this out. And most likely, I can probably help you figure out how to get unemployed, not be employed anymore with your boss and the organization you're with. Or I can help you change your life so that you're now just a consultant to your former employers or to other employers, where you work part-time only and you're full-time this, or part-time this and part-time that. And between the two, you're making double what you make now, and you've changed your life dramatically. How much you want? What is it you want? You want to become really wealthy? Fine. If you want to be just more comfortable than you are now, or you want to reach survival mode, you put yourself in a pretty deep hole with some cockamamie business thing that you got involved with your Uncle Chester 10 years ago, and you're still trying to dig yourself out of that mess that you got into a deal with a relative or a friend or an organization, and you're sitting with a garage full of crap that you don't know how to get rid of. And you're just dying to get out from underneath the slab of concrete that fell on you. And someone said to you, "You ever watch this guy, Uncle Bruce? This is goofy. If you think Uncle Chester had a wild idea, you should see this guy. Oh, man, this guy's crazy. He's talking about how people can become self-employed, and he's just a YouTuber. I mean, talk about, are you out of your mind? I mean, there are people here who tell me all the time, I told a friend of mine about you, and they looked at me and went, Bobby, are you telling me that you're watching a YouTuber to become self-employed, and the guy doesn't even own his own house? He's a nomad, and he doesn't trade the markets, and he just talks about, and you're following this guy? Yeah, that's right. Sometimes the strangest places is where you find the most interesting things on how to change your life. Of course, you could go to a seminar, and you could go and watch any of these gurus out there who will tell you how to change your life. And for the low price of $500, you can get a ticket to listen to some people give you a spiel, or more or less. It depends on who you're watching, I guess, and where it is. I mean, there are folks who fly with husbands and wives and hotels and rental cars and restaurant meals, and they go for a weekend-long change your life seminar and drop $15,000 for the VIP thing, and come home and all charged up, and we're going to change our life. I think that's great. I think it's fantastic. I can tell you it sure works for the folks putting on the shows. If they put those shows on and get enough of those kinds of people to come in, those folks do really, really well. The audience itself, it's kind of up to you to kind of take that knowledge and that inspiration and run with it. My parents went to these type of things back in the 80s. So these have been around since the 40s, the 50s. I mean, revivals, Bible revivals, you want to talk about motivation? They started it, but economic motivation, it's out there. And I say more power to the wonderful speakers out there that fire up people and get them going and give them confidence to take control of their lives. I kind of do it here for nothing. You can kind of hang out here with the old man and listen to them rant away about how you can take control of your life. But you have to want it. I mean, at the end of the day, I can only guide you and show you a direction. And then you gotta take the steps yourself. And so right here, this address that you're looking at here, that's step number one. You're going to go to this is a lame website. I'm telling you, it's lame. It's This is not a slick website. I will say though, it is far better than anything I could have ever made myself. This was put together with the help of my daughter, and I'm very proud of her, and I'm very proud of this, and I'm glad it's out there. Let me get rid of that. Meet Bruce. Hey there. When you go to this website, .ca, which means it's Canada, there I am. You'll know it's me, and you can be rest assured it's Uncle Bruce. And then you look at the classes, or the heading at the top. It says classes. You'll see me there again, and you'll notice, oh yeah, that he has that image on some of his YouTube videos. Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah. I'm not like this, but some people think I'm like this, the teacher. But here you are, lesson number 1, lesson number 2. You want to understand what the hell is going on. What is this guy talking about? Well, why don't you start with class number 1? You'll learn stuff in there that you're going to go, really? I didn't know that. They did what? What? This is how you do this? This is legal? Lesson number 2, you can write these. What does that mean? What? I get the money up front first? Usually I have to work a month before I get anything. Using aggressive trading strategies to profit from stock options. I didn't know there was that sort of stuff. I didn't know anything about this. Yes, strategies, common mistakes. Earning income from writing put contracts, how to trade stock option credit spreads, all kinds of stuff. You want to get into stuff? We got stuff. You want to learn how to write poor man cover calls? Here's lesson 11 for you. Quit your day job. Lesson 12, stock options, rollover strategies and puts. Oh, do people need help in this area? Oh my God. And lesson 13, stink offers, stink bids, psychology of the market, how to maximize profits from writing calls. Oh, and then of course you want to talk to me for an hour, $400. You can talk to me one-on-one for $400. Why don't you give Tim Robbins a call if you want to get motivated by Tim Robbins? Drop a line to his office and ask for a one-on-one camera session with Tim Robbins at your convenience on the Sunday, and see if he'll talk to you for an hour for $400. I'm amazed that some people charge $5,000, $10,000 for an hour of their time. I really think I should charge more. I don't think I charge enough, but I haven't changed the price on that. Yeah, so look, there it is. The website is there. Head on over there and check it out. And, it's an okay website. It's okay. It's nice, and it's very, very non-offensive, I hope. And people seem to like it, but it doesn't have all kinds of fancy stuff in it and all that. There's no bells and whistles and all the other accoutrements that others have. And you're not going to find that it takes you 2 hours to go through my damn website. I hate websites like that. Don't you hate those? You go to someone's website and you try to read up on what you want to find out about, and there's like 25 pages of crap about I don't know what, and you don't get the answer you want. There's the title of the lesson. They're $150 each. Take one at a time whenever you're ready and learn how this works. Boom, simple, finished, end of story. That's it. Do you have to send me 10 grand up front to do this? No. Are there tests? No. It's just a class. Take number 1, then take number 2, then watch number 3. They're going to take an hour and a half to 2 hours each. You're going to get a lot out of it. You don't have to write anything down unless you want to, because you can rewatch the class as many times as you want. Okay. Then you can hang out here live with this, wonderful face for radio and try to make sense of what you're learning in the classes. And let's go from there. All right. You don't want to listen to what I have to say, or you not quite sure I'm on the right up and up? Well, then here, there's the public. This is their rendering. This is what they think. And they'll put in their 2 bits worth as to what they think this is all about. You'll notice there are 2 kinds of folks watching me right now. There are folks with their names in green type with an avatar beside their name. First, they have an avatar, a picture of themselves, then their name, and a little yellow, pink, different colored blue, green logos, little bagels. These are like little bagels. Different colors tell you how long they've been around and that kind of thing. They're members. These are members of the channel. These folks are here all the time, and they're the ones who comment during market hours. If you're saying hi to me this morning, which is great, if you are, I appreciate it. Your name likely will not be in green. Your name will likely just be in regular type. There'll be your avatar, your name, but there's no bagel behind your name. So you're a watcher, you're a viewer, and you're welcome to talk to us in the first 45 minutes, hour or so. But we shift over to member only comments after a while, and I just want you to understand that the members of this channel are the reason you're watching me for free. They're the ones who are paying me to be here. It's the memberships. I've been receiving just a little aside. I received a message from what I think is Google, but I don't trust it all the time. I get so many emails from prospective, legitimate-looking sources, and then I do some digging and I find out this is a spam, this is a fizzing, this is it's scary, really scary. Anyway, I seem to have been approached by someone at YouTube, like Google overall, that I can talk to them about my channel anytime I want. And I'm kind of going, really? I've been doing this since 2017, and no one's ever wanted to talk to me before, because I'm a nothing burger. I don't have a channel that's got like Mr. Beast's revenues, or I'm not a multi-million subscriber channel. I'm a jack squat channel in that sense. So I kind of look at that and go, I don't know if that's even real. I'm not even sure if it's real. I check for typos, I check for proper use of English. In any event, one never knows. But those of you who are here, thank you for supporting this channel and this YouTuber. The thumbs ups are really helpful. Thank you very much. And if you become a member, we are really appreciative here, Jennifer and I. If you become a member of this channel, we really, it means a lot to us. We had to convert this channel from wide open channel when we first started, January 2021, on going live here. We had to take this channel and privatize it with memberships. We had to literally take this section here and make it for members only. And then down below, you'll notice that the comment area, you can't leave a comment. It's not available. We shut that off. The abuse that we get as YouTubers, and it's just not me, it's everybody who's a YouTuber. If you're a YouTuber, you really have to take it on the chin. The death threats we get, and the hate, and the absolute waste of time these people are. We found that the only way to really reduce that as much as humanly possible is to just kill the comment section. And then this area over here, members only during trading hours. But then again, membership has its privileges. If you want to talk to a guy who was a broker in 1979 and has been in the business for, I don't know, how long is this? I was in the business so many decades. I have I almost have 50 years experience, I guess, or 40 something years experience. I guess, for $10 a month to be a basic member of this channel, you get 20 shows a month divided by $10. It's 50 cents a show. So if I help you with 50 cents worth of advice on average every day, then I guess you can justify it. If you want to become a Gold Bagel member, you want to become one of these people here, this is the coveted Gold Bagel member level. You become one of those kids, I will give you your money's worth. You'll join me every morning before this show even starts for the Gold Bagel level trade alert. Then on Wednesday nights, you will join me live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, Gold Bagel members only. It's the Hangout Show with yours truly, Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce. And only Gold Bagel members can be here, and we talk about all the trading going on, your option positions, whatever you want to ask me about. And that's a lot cheaper than hiring me for an hour at $400 an hour. So there's a lot of folks who go, I get information every week there, and I don't have to pay this guy $400 an hour to see him. But then there are others who say to me, I got to see you, man. I got to spend an hour with you because we got the 3 o'clock in the morning phone call, or we've been informed that in the next 6 months, there are going to be major changes to the family hierarchy and structure, or we found out news about someone in the family and it's really bad, or there's a health issue, or whatever. Everyone here is different, and everyone here has their own needs, wants, and desires. And so there are some times where the need comes where someone says, I got to talk to you for an hour, man. I don't know quite what to do, and I don't want to talk about it live with everybody else. This is prime. I get it. Well, that's another reason to do an on-camera 1 hour session. Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons is when I do this. 10 in the morning, noon, and 2 in the afternoons Eastern time. Sundays is when you can talk to me one-on-one if you like. And it's an hour and a half. I always go over, and we have a chat, and I try to figure out a way to help you get richer. That's it. That's it. So if I can help you make money, you will hang around here. Those who hang around here, they're making money. Those who are members here are definitely making money. Those who are Gold Bagel members are really definitely for sure making money. They wouldn't be paying $25 a month if they were losing money. They wouldn't be here. They'd go, why would I pay them anything? I'll listen to them and I'll just say, forget it. and fair enough. Option writing is not for everybody. I can guarantee you that. That is an absolute fact. Many of you have figured out yourself. You've done some option writing. You've been doing it for 3-6 months. You're having some success. You're getting better at it. And you try to tell a friend of yours, a coworker, a buddy, whatever. And you were certain, you were convinced that just give me 10 minutes with so-and-so, and I'm going to tell them how I'm doing with this guy, Uncle Bruce, and they're going to want in. And shock of shocks, they have no interest whatsoever. Or they put on a show and it sounds good, but they don't do anything about it. Welcome to the option writing world, because you want to become an option writer. You are a different kind of person from the rest of everybody else out there. You have a bigger, different outlook on the world. This is normal. This is completely normal. There's a reason why option writing is done by institutional entities, mainly, with some individual investors involved. There's millions of us who write options. Okay, not me personally, but you guys. There's millions of you guys, but you represent less than 5% of the market of option writing. The option writers are institutional traders. They're the ones who can write 1,000 contracts at a time, 5,000 contracts at a time, like nothing, just a typical trade. I'm trying to help you write 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 contracts at a time on various entities. That's our market. That's our niche. We're puny. We're tiny. But, is there money in them there hills for the even small investors? Real money. And you do not need to write 1,000 contracts to be able to quit your day job. Oh, God, no. Oh, goodness, no. No, less than 100 contracts easily can get you out of your day job, way less. But you got to understand it, and you got to want to understand it. So take the first step. Join us. That would be great. Check out the classes. Take them. Do 1 a week, 2 a week, whatever your schedule allows. And really force yourself to want to learn this. Don't get waylaid after 1 or 2 lessons and go, well, I'm not so sure. Just put your head down and do it. It's kind of like your parents said, you got to go to school. Like you like it or not, you got to go to school. Go to school, go to my website, take these classes. You can ask me questions on the air if you have any problems. You can always send me a private email if you have a problem. But do it. And get a handle on what we're talking about here. And you too may find, oh my God, why didn't I know about this guy 5 years ago, 10 years ago? What the hell? This has been around since the 70s and the 80s. Well, how come no one ever talks about this? I only see Jim Najarian, and was it John and Jim Najarian, the two Najarian brothers on CNBC. I only see those guys, and they talk about unusual option activity all the time. That's what they talk about all the time. But they never talk about writing options. They're not doing what Uncle Bruce is talking about. They're the guys who are trading options. And by the time they tell me what they are watching and observing, they've already made their trades. They're already in on these deals. And now they're telling us about, well, wait a minute, isn't that kind of like an after the fact thing? Do I really want to be playing the option market after all of these guys' trades have been done? I mean, why would I pay double the price that these guys paid for options? That makes no sense to me. But with Uncle Bruce, he's writing contracts. He's the opposite. He's the opposite of these guys. But he's not against them, because I'm not telling you to write the contracts that these guys are promoting. I am telling you to write contracts on stock you have, stock that I follow here. We're talking Dow 30, S&P 500, NASDAQ top 100 companies here. I am not telling you to play penny stock options to buy, try to write options on 2-cent stock, nothing like that. It's not my shtick. And I'm holding people back, trying to hold you back from writing options on the former SPACs that we follow. I'm desperately trying to hold you off on that because I want you to make dollars, not pennies. In any event, thank you all for being here. We got 6 minutes until we open. There it is, Deep Value. Thank you for this donation. Short sellers losses in 2023 so far: Tesla $7.5 billion loss, Apple $2.6 billion, Wayfair $724 million, GameStop $441 million, Carvana $500, Lucid and Microsoft. Look at the losses on short sellers losses. This is the markets have been up this year. Since the sell-off in December with the tax loss selling season that we covered here, we followed it. The markets had a rally, and the rally has mainly been in what market? The Dow? No. The S&P? No. NASDAQ stocks. NASDAQ stocks have outperformed everybody else. Well, look at these guys. Who's part of NASDAQ here? Tesla is definitely a NASDAQ stock. Also S&P. Apple is NASDAQ and S&P and the Dow. Wayfair is NASDAQ. GameStop is, I think, S&P. I'm not even sure if GameStop is S&P. It may not be any part of an index, any index. Carvana, I'm not sure who they're part of, but they're certainly in the growth area, right? Lucid and Microsoft. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of NASDAQ there. And that's been the number one performing market lately. But the question now is, have we had a rally, and is the rally over? Today we've had the CPI data come out. I'm showing the Dow off 79 points. Am I right? Is that correct? Is that what you show? I did see it higher not too long ago this morning. I now see it off. I see S&P down. I see NASDAQ is down as well. Well, we'll find out in about 5 minutes what's really going on. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you, Deep Value, for this super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Those of you making super chats, you guys are great. 70% of that donation comes to us. 30% goes to YouTube. So YouTube thanks you too. But if you make a $10 donation to us through PayPal, if you want to do that, oh my God, you guys are really helping us out here. If you do a donation here, I think this is it here. Yeah, there it is. You do a donation there, I get 96% of that donation. So $9.60 comes to us. 40 cents goes to PayPal to convert it and collect it and deposit it and all that stuff. Pretty cool bean stuff. We are more than happy, Jen and I, whenever a donation comes to us, however it happens. If it comes through here, thank you. But if you do make a donation to us through PayPal, if you do that, we'll mention it. We'll mention who did it, but we won't say how much it is. It's unless specifically instructed otherwise, it's private. It's a private matter. Whereas super chats are super chats. These are out there, and I thank you. And these sometimes inspire other people to do it, and it's all great. It's all good. YouTube tells me all the time, you should push this. You should really push this. Really, you should really push this. Well, yeah, they get 30% of the action. Of course, they want me to push it. But I'm here to try to make a living. I'd rather have a PayPal donation when it's all said and done, because that's a donation that really pays bills. But hey, thank you all, whether you're donating us, $5 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 25, or some of you crazy people with $100 donations and $500 donations. And then there are those of you who just lose your minds and you help us with Jennifer's hip replacement fund and send us $1,000. I mean, you guys are just, whoa. I don't have enough of you guys. That's the problem I have with some of my biggest donors. I don't have enough of these big donors. But, it all adds up, and we say thank you for keeping us on the air. So YouTube members who are part of this channel, thank you for renewing your membership every month. Thank you to those of you who are upgrading your membership from the base level to the Gold Bagel level here. Thank you for those of you who do that. I appreciate it so much. We're at the highest level here on Gold Bagel memberships in, what is it now, since for like 9 months or 9 or 10 months. This always fluctuates. And as the markets were going lower last year, we were losing Gold Bagel members. All of a sudden, they're coming back on. And I have a feeling SoFi is part of the reason why more Gold Bagel members are showing up, but also premiums generated on Tesla and on GameStop, and people really hauling in some serious money and doing the rollover strategies for Poor Man Covered Calls has inspired people to become Gold Bagel members to really absorb what's going on here. And I get it. I'm pumped about it. I'm pumped for you folks. You have to know how much we want you to succeed. We really do. Thank you all for everything, for being here. We're going to head over now to comments only for members. Thank you, all of you who are lurkers and hanging around. Thank you for those of you who have been subscribing to this channel. You have hit the subscribe button. That is massively huge for us. Thank you for doing that. Please make sure you are a subscriber of this channel. You will get alerts every time we make announcements. And I thank you all for being part of this channel in any way that you would like to be part of this channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're open. We're running. We're here. We're ready. Let's go. Let's get richer. Let's make things happen. Thank you, everybody, for your participation. Let's see what we got and see what the markets are doing, if we can get them to show us something. I think we're down 159 on the Dow right now. I could be wrong, but it looks like we're down 150 on the Dow. Sell on the news, as they say. Anyway, there you go. We have 167 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for that. Larry Titus has rung the bell. Thank you, my friend Larry. Appreciate that as well. Any of you out there who would like to have a one-on-one session with me this Sunday or next Sunday, send me an email to my email address at brucefarmer@hotmail.com. It's down below in the link. You should be able to see it there. Fire off a message. Say, hey, Bruce, I'd love to have a one-on-one this Sunday. For those of you who have had a one-on-one before and you want another one, all you need to do is send a donation to the PayPal address you see down below there. Make a donation of $400 US and just tell me what time would you like, 10 o'clock, noon, or 2 in the afternoon Eastern time this Sunday, next Sunday, the Sunday after that. Let us know, and we'll try to we'll squeeze you in. I'll get back to you with a confirmation and get you set up. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. All right. What else is going on here? Pulse Guitar, I'm number 130 on the thumbs up meter. Let's have some fun today. Mr. Premium, I'm number 169. Bruce, you're going for 200 thumbs ups. Easy today. No problem at all. You're going to hit 200 thumbs ups. No issues whatsoever. I see 171 now have come in. Let me know what number you are if you wish to, and let us know how close I'm getting to 200. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very nice to see you all. Okay. What else is going on? Thank you for what you do, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that, Deep Value. And let's see what else is going on here. Lots of folks saying hi to each other, talking to each other, which is great. That's the thing about this family. If you're part of this channel as a member, a lot of members talk to each other here when we're trading, when we're open for trading. They'll throw me a question. Sometimes folks will answer the question from their perspective and say, I think you should do this or do that. And then they kind of wait for my answer to see what I think. And usually we're all on the same page. It's pretty cool what's happening here. Yeah, here we go. Robert Benson. This channel is a game changer. I think this is just the beginning. It's going to be insane when our SPACs enter option writing territory. I hear you there. I can't wait for that. Jimmy, number 169. Thanks, pal. Alex, Robert, we're going to get rich. We're just going to get rich. Yes. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to the day where you guys are going to be writing options on your SoFi shares. You're going to be writing lucrative contracts on your 23andMe shares. Rocket Lab shares are going to pay you dramatically. Matterport, SmartRent, and others. Definitely. In the meantime, you take advantage of option premiums that come in. And if you're using those premiums to acquire additional shares in some of these former SPACs to average your positions down, you take advantage of that. And that brings your days of being in the red to a quicker end, because the moment some of these SPACs make a little move upward, you're already in the green, and you've got way more shares than you had before at a cheap price. And when it's time to write contracts, oh, it's going to be lovely when some of you folks are going to write options at, say, $1.50, $2.50 a contract premium. And you're going to say to yourself, I remember buying this stuff at $2. I'm now getting $2 to write contracts on it. This is beautiful. That is where there's some real dollars that are going to be made here. That's the future. As of right now, we are having folks write options on stocks they own now that are perfect for that. And we're watching GameStop here closely. We're watching Tesla. There's option being written on Apple, HBQ, on Google, Moderna, Cisco, Pfizer, IBM, Microsoft. What else? Who else do I talk about? I talk about Amazon, Home Depot, some options writers, not much, but a few look at Netflix, although that one's kind of volatile. Vanek Vectors, SMH, the ETF, you can write options on that. Adobe, Goldman, Boeing, Meta Platforms, down $1.50, by the way, on Meta today. Yeah, we watch a lot of stocks that can have options written on them. We're down 195 on the Dow as we just get started here, trying to catch up with this market and vice versa. See what's going on here. Noticed this morning that Air India made a major announcement to buy 250 planes from Airbus, and now apparently 200 airplanes from Boeing are also being purchased by Air India. So it looks like Air India is trying to be friends with everybody. The problem with India is that they're friends with the Russians and buying their oil. That's not the greatest thing, but it's just business. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Anyway, we'll see how all this plays out. I've got the Dow off now, 200, S&P down 26, NASDAQ down 93 points. The NASDAQ's down 0.79%. S&P down 6.63, the Dow 0.58%. Okay. And a headline, odds of additional Fed rate hikes in May, June rise after the CPI report. There you go. CPI data a little hotter than anticipated. The markets are off, worried about higher interest rates. Oil down $2.05 a barrel to $78.09. We were being told that, it's going to be a brutally cold winter, and Europe is going to be just dying for oil. The Russians are going to cut the Europeans off, and they're just going to be shivering in their boots. There's going to be such an incredible world shortage of crude everywhere. There isn't a lineup for a gallon of gas anywhere on this planet. Even in the deepest third world, you can buy gas. That's all bunk. These guys are full of crap. It's not happening. It's overpriced. I agree. A gallon of gas is way higher now than 2 years ago when oil was at $78 a barrel 2-3 years ago. The price of a gallon of gas was way less than it is now. This is not oil companies from Saudi Arabia causing a problem. There's the refinery and distribution business. There's your culprit. And I don't know how to solve that problem because no politician wants to do it. They make too many grants and too many donations to super PACs. You want to stop these guys? H. Gregory 139, Uncle Bruce. Listened to the playback last night. I just realized you and my mom are the same age. Oops. Do we look familiar to each other? Like, have you looked at pictures of yourself, and do I look like you? Where do you live? Gary Uncle Bruce had several people on Reddit ask about your channel yesterday, particularly in regards to writing covered calls. I told them about you and gave them a link to your channel. Well, how about that? Hopefully they'll be nice when they come here. I'm sure they will be. everyone's welcome. Sure hope people enjoy it. You can watch for free. You can make comments if you like through Super Chats, or you can become a member of the channel. You may want to watch for a while and see what we're about. Hector, Uncle Bruce, I joined as a member some time ago. In the early days, I was writing 2-week options on GameStop and getting my ass handed to me. Now I'm writing 3, 4, 5 months out. I learn just ever so slowly. I learn how this works. Vilbus 1 or 2 week options were a lot more dangerous before the stock split. Hector as well. Wing Commander, hey buddy, thank you for this donation. Just woke up from my afternoon nap. Did someone say super chat? Thank you so much. 11.99 euros. That's pretty cool. Thank you very much, my friend. That is very kind of you. J-Boy, number 79. Good morning, all. A scrolling banner. I woke up in the future. I haven't had this up for a while. I've had this forever, but I just haven't done it for a while. But I thought, what the heck? I'll throw it up there. If anybody wants a one-on-one, or do you want to make obscene donations to us, this is where it goes. Hector Vilbus, it was very polite. It was very volatile, says Hector to Vilbus. Now, not fearing upside due to inflationary pressures. Constantine, number 181 on the thumbs up meter. Coyote, they seem nice. It wasn't that kind of a subreddit. It was a pretty good one for discussing option strategies, much smaller than something like Wall Street Bets. And generally speaking, the folks that do option writing, they're very analytical. They're very thoughtful. They check out. They really do their homework. They're open to suggestions. You tell me what you think. And many of them, if they are really sophisticated in option writing, they'll come here and they'll go, oh, yeah, he's talking to the newbies. This guy's talking to noobs. And I admit that my classes are perfect for brand new option writers. I mean, I am not promoting very complicated, highly technical option trade strategies. That's not what I'm going to be doing here. Ever. No, I am here for folks who are discovering for the first time in their lifetimes how powerful option writing can be, even for novice investors who had no clue, because they were never going to be told by their wealth managers, by their private bankers, by anyone who's a wealth specialist. You're never going to be told by those folks that they're going to help you make money in your retirement account by writing options against your positions. You're never, no, not a chance are you going to get that. You're going to be told about the long-term investing objectives and how you should be happy that you're only paying about a 2% fee every year, divided into 12 segments, on the value of your account. You're just paying a 2% fee on the value of your account for their advisory services and their ability to handle your money for you. And you should be happy with 3, 5, 7, 9, whatever percent return on your money. That's what those folks are there for. That they're just to keep you calm and keep you making donations into your account. And these wealth managers are trying to handle 1,000 clients and try to add 10 or 20 a week to their number of clientele. And they get paid a fee. They get paid a percentage of the value of the money that they have attracted into the house. It's all a giant pool of cash that gets divvied out. And the folks at the top, which is not the person you're talking to, you're not talking to anyone near the top. The folks at the top of that pyramid thing, it's not a risky thing. It's very conservative. But the folks at the very top of the scale up there, they're the ones who take the private jets to the Super Bowl. They're the ones that take the private jets to the Masters. They're the one that takes the private jets to Paris for a weekend getaway. They're the ones with villas in the Bahamas. They're the ones who have a nice house here in the desert where I am right now. You'll never get to meet those folks. Ever. Vilbus, yep, I got caught on the wrong side of a few of those $30 to $50 run up as well. $5 run up now is nothing, laugh out loud. All that said, rolling was always there, but it was a bit scary when I was earlier in my cover call experience. Vilbus, we toughen up by licking our wounds. H. Gregory, I've been caught on those huge run-ups too. It's hardened me as well. Bama Babe, we talked about this yesterday as well. You are paying a broker well for their services. You are paying them very well for their services, and they're not giving you anything. You're getting nothing. It looks like GameStop would be trying to bounce back. Vilbus, The hard thing to learn is to relax and just be like water, just flow with the market. H. Gregory, yep, take what the market gives us. Again, I'm not angry at wealth managers, and they have a place in this world. They really do. There are people who are not qualified to write options against their accounts. Absolutely, there are people who will never be able to do this. They haven't got the time. They don't have the inclination. They're of a certain age and they're just not going to be interested in doing it. They've been well looked after by these wealth management companies. There are folks out there who have millions of dollars, millions under administration, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and they're generating 500,000 a year, 800,000 a year in income. They don't need another 100,000 or 200,000 or 400,000 a year from option premiums. Their bills are paid. They have their house. They have a cottage. They have a winter getaway. They're there. It's all right. But folks who are watching me here, you guys, a lot of you guys out there who are watching me, you're not sitting on 5 million already. You're not going to inherit 5 million either. You know already the future. You've taken your car, your DeLorean, you fired up the flux capacitor, you went to the future, and you took a look at your mom and dad's estate possibility, your in-laws' estate possibility. You've looked at grandma and grandpa and you've gone, the family ain't got jack squat. That's what you figured out. Chris Farley has told you plain and right to your face, you got jack squat. And so you're getting nothing from somewhere else. It's all what you are going to generate. That's it. Now, some of you won't have it any other way. You don't want a nickel from the family. You want to do everything on your own. And I say, God bless you for that too, because you're independent minded. You're going to do it yourself. But those of you who are here who want to make a buck and get going and not be a middle class, lower middle class success story that worked at the same company for 45 years and barely surviving on Social Security. Those who want to make something with your lives and get on with it now, you're here. Some of those, you're here. Here you are. But there's only 230 people here. There isn't 2,300 here. There isn't 4,800 people here watching how to do this. It's 234 now. That's how many are here right now. There might be 20, 50 people who've never been here before or occasionally have been here or have kind of heard about me and are really going, they're giving me the stink eye. They're going, I don't know about this guy. You folks are the ones who are trying to get ahead and trying to make a go of it on your own. And you've decided that I'm not going to be rich enough to have one of these wealth managers, number one. Or number two, some of you here do have 200,000, 400,000, 800,000, $1 million or two in assets like a house and retirement accounts and savings. And some of you have inherited money from, distant relatives over the years. Some of you have been bequeathed certain assets. And you're looking at this going, well, I get a dividend on this and this is worth $70,000 and I got an apartment. I have a second house that I rent out, but I've only got 60,000 in equity on it. And whatever. You're all in different spots. And you're looking at me going, can I assemble my assets in such a way? Can I organize them so that I can become an option writer and actually make a difference in my lifestyle? Can this change my economics? If you're offering me, Bruce, your classes on your website, and all I'm going to get out of it is $500 a month or $800 a month or $1,000 a month and added income, you know what? It's not worth $150 a class and all my time to do this. I'm better off grabbing a hammer and a saw, a bunch of nails, and some 2x4s and redoing the rental property that I got. It's a dump, and I'm better off just putting my equity in there, my labor, and make that more rentable. Grab a can of paint and spiff that place up and get $200 a month more, $400 a month more in rent. I get it. I'm going, yeah, knock yourself out. If you do it with your raw hands and muscles and whatever works for you. But That's not why you're here. Folks who are here are saying, "Hey, man, I joined this guy a year ago, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, and I just said, all right, I'll give you 6 months, buddy. I'll give you 6 months. I'll watch 3 classes, and if there are no results, I'm out of here." And they're still here. 14 classes later, they're still here, and they're writing options. Are they ever? And now they won't leave, which is fantastic. There are people here who will not leave because they're going, "Are you kidding me? I'm not leaving this channel. Are you out of your mind? I'm just praying this guy doesn't get a stroke. Keep going, Bruce. You're 67. Don't die on me. You're helping me make money I never thought I'd make before from a portfolio that was a disaster. I made stupid bets in the last 5 or 10 years. I bought stupid stock and I was wrong and should have bought when I sold. I sold when I bought. I'm an idiot. And you have turned me completely around and you've turned me into an option writer. I'm a completely different person in the market that I used to be. I do everything differently now. But it would never have happened unless you would have given me that Will Smith dope slap to wake me the hell up and show me the error of my ways. And you know what? You're a better customer for your brokerage firm now. Those of you who have platforms that you trade on with these phones, you guys are some of the nicest customers they've got because you generate them commissions. You create a product, a contract. You create contracts that you sell, which means you pay a fee to sell them. Someone is paying a fee to buy them. There's a double commission here. Whenever you write a call, someone else is buying it. That's a double commission to the brokerage firm. They love you. You guys are writing calls all the time. If you can write 500 calls a month, 125 a week you're doing on rollovers and changes, and all that, they're just going, "Oh, these guys are great. I love this guy's channel." This Uncle Bruce channel is a commission generator of epic proportions, and it's growing. The number of dollars you guys are paying in fees to your brokerage firms are significant as a group. It's fantastic. So you are actually an asset to the firms out there. So don't worry. If you're not giving an asset manager 2% a year on your money that they're managing on your behalf, where you're managing it yourself, okay, that department isn't getting a 2% hit off of you and a slice of the profits. No, but it's okay. They're getting a slice out of you over in this department where we have our app and they're trading on the app over here. We own that. And we're getting slices of action. And oh, by the way, we also have option buyers or real gamblers that are also with our firm that trade through the app. We're getting commissions off of those guys because of the guys from Uncle Bruce's channel who are writing calls. This is great. This is beautiful. So don't worry. The brokerage firms are not losing because you are taking control of your life. You're making them winners too, but you're taking the capital off the top. Like I said with this title, option writers, I've already been paid for March and April. There are people here who already know that they've made 20 grand for March already. It's not even the end of February, and you already know how much you made. They already know how much money is coming in for April. They've written May, June, and July contracts. They're sitting on a whack of dough in their accounts and going, "I have $70,000 in my accounts from writing options." Because there are people here who do this. There are people here who already received $100,000 in premiums already. It's in the account. They're doing this. They've learned a new game. It's called Fold My Arms by watching Uncle Bruce and this market. And I'm sitting on 100 G's right now. And I know for a fact that every day these contracts slip in value by between $2,000 and $4,000 a day. I got 100 grand sitting there. And in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I'm going to do some rollovers. And I'm going to buy back calls for pennies on what I sold them for and write new ones all over again. And I'm in on this. And I don't drive a 2-year-old Volkswagen. I drive a brand new Lexus or a brand new Tesla or whatever because I can afford to do so because of what I'm doing with this guy here. There are folks here who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year writing options, but you don't hear from them. They don't really comment much. They're just very quiet and they're just very selective and they're just watching the show and they're just going, you keep talking, buddy. I'm taking notes. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's adding to this channel's credibility. It's beautiful. Thank you all for being here today and being part of the show. I hope you're learning something today and getting a better handle on just what your future could be and is likely going to be if you're hanging around here a while. Notice the Dow down only 86 points. This nothing burger day has, is now playing itself out. Stocks open mostly lower, they said, on the inflation report. Well, yeah, they did, but that was 24 minutes ago. In about another half an hour, we might even be up on the day. This will be a nothing burger in the next half an hour, more or less. There's some talk about the possibility of higher rates and yada, yada, yada. The S&P is down 4 points. The Nasdaq's down 11 points. Big freaking whoop. It's 0.09% lower. Guess the direction of this market. We're going higher. That's what's going to happen. It seems. How much higher? I don't know. Are we going to go a lot higher? I don't think so, but we're not going a lot lower. That's definitely not happening. Oil down 189, 78.25. The Dow off 59 points. S&P down 1 point. NASDAQ is green. We've just gone green on the NASDAQ. Okay. Bama, babe, exactly. But you better have more than $2 million to retire with. If you're going to have a wealth manager, you better have money. And if you want to retire with a wealth manager looking after you, you better have more than $2 million because you're not going to get enough income to live off of. Curtis Savage, good morning, Bagel Familia. I hope everyone is well and feeling healthy. I see CPI was 0.002% better than expected. So obviously, let's sing Kumbaya. JR, yes, we create commissions, and they do no work. Wow, what a deal. Esplair, can this be a business idea? Offer yourself as a wealth advisor. Start 30 minutes, one-on-one sessions. Talk shortly about options and mention Uncle Bruce's channel. Take $100 and show them where to find Uncle Bruce. Is this a business? Alex, when I found this channel, I didn't understand the very basics of the market. Some of us have come a long, long way. This is why I sold my Tesla position just before the first stock split. I didn't sell GameStop at 340. Now I'm writing options and it blows my mind. Zeta State 191 thumbs up. You're going for 200 there, buddy. Bobby Atkinson, if you get a stroke, we'll buy you a chat AI bot. Can't stop the Bruce. JJ, Uncle Bruce, you should post a YouTube shorts, just folding your arms and grinning. No dialogue or commentary, just stink bids save lives. That's what you should do, Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Yeah, we are having fun here. And boy, I love watching you guys make money. I just, nothing gives me more happiness than that. I'll tell you what my day was like yesterday. Monday is my heaviest day, the day I work the hardest. And in the morning, I got up at 3:30 yesterday, like I do every weekday. And then at about 5 in the morning, I did my pre-alert show for Gold Bagel members. I did that for like 10 minutes, roughly. And then I went live at 8:30 Eastern time with all of you folks for a couple hours. That was 10:30. And then I tried to get a nap, and I may have slept for half an hour. I didn't sleep well. I was just too much going on. So I just lay down and rested for like an hour. And then I was up, and I started doing some work for my travel channel, my other YouTube channel, Traveling with Bruce, TWI. And so I was coming up with ideas of what to talk about for the travel show, which I do 2 shows on that channel every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then I was getting ready for the 3 o'clock Eastern time show, which is noon my time here with you guys. And Jen had instructed me in the morning. She says, I want to go to the pool today to do my exercises for my hip. And that means that we get in the Tesla and we drive about half a mile from here inside this complex. It's through the golf course and all that. And we go to this one pool area where the pool is heated. And Jen can go in the heated pool and do her exercises for like a half an hour. And I can sit in the spa and just let the bubbles hit me. But I had to get all this work done in the meantime. So I did all this work between the shows. And I did my 3 in the afternoon show with you guys, final hour of trading. Got off of that around 3:15. I was done. And then we hopped in the car, went to the pool, and I was in a spa in the afternoon from about 3 20 until about 4ish, something like that. Was it? No, it wasn't. It was. Pardon me. It was about my time. It was about 1:30 in the afternoon to about 2:30 in the afternoon, and then we got back here and got all cleaned up and got dressed again. And I got dressed with my T-shirt on for my travel channel. And I start that first show at 4 o'clock local time, and at 5 o'clock local time, I do the second one. And so I did those two shows last night, and then we watched part of the hockey game last night and watched the Calgary Flames blow a 3-1 lead with 2 minutes to go and lose in overtime. Always great to go to sleep with that kind of knowledge. And here we are again at 3:30 this morning. So yesterday I had a crazy day, 5 shows on 2 channels, but I got my hot tub in, and I slept rather well last night. And so pretty cool stuff. But while I'm sitting in that spa, bubbling away, and when the bubbles just turn off, I leave them off, and I just sort of sit there and just veg. I'm watching private jets come and go above us with regular jets flying in out of Palm Desert International Airport. But there's a whole bunch of private jets that come and go around here all the time. And I just look up there and I go, I wonder if any of those folks someday will be my viewers. If some of my viewers become that wealthy, that successful, it's going to take a few years, but it won't surprise me down the road that some of my viewers will have gotten their start towards wealth building from hanging out here. And that really inspires me as well. It really pumps me up. And watching those go by and go, wow, that's another level. That's the ultimate level around these parts, to see these 20, 30, 40, $50 million pieces of equipment flying over top and thinking, man, oh man, that is another world entirely. It's inspiring, and there's always something to inspire everybody. And around here, if I can inspire some of you folks to take control of your lives and just make $5,000 a month in option premiums, great. That is a huge thing. That is a massive step forward for some of you, many of you. But to get you into that 10, 15,000 range, that is the next big step. And from there, 30,000 a month to 50,000 a month, man, oh man, oh man. There are going to be viewers here. I know it. It's happening. It's already slowly taking place. There are viewers here whose lifestyles and demographics have shifted upwards. Their demographics have gone up, and they've figured it out when they do their income tax. They go, I made a lot more money than the year before because of these options I've been running. I've got this tax bill, and I better just keep on making more money from options to pay for it. Pretty exciting stuff. And some of you here are going to have a very, very interesting definitely upper middle class lifestyle that you had no idea existed in your future as quickly as it happened to you. Because there are folks here who are just getting by, just the middle class, the lower middle class, but they had this account over here that they've been putting into, and they turned it into an income generator, and it kickstarted the chain reaction of getting out of debt, getting into wealth. And in that first year, people found that the credit cards are paid off, and the car's paid for, and the truck that was not working is now working, and we sold it, and we brought in $5,000 for the truck, or $8,000 for the truck, because we spent $1,000 on it. We brought $8,000 in, put it into the market, writing more options. We're increasing our revenue every shot, every month, every quarter. We're adding and adding and adding, and now we're bringing in a third wage into this household. There's dads, moms, and the accounts wage now coming. That's a third person making money in here. They don't need any room in the house and they don't need a bed to sleep in. This is wonderful. Then that third person is making more than mom and dad combined, and that's another change. These realizations of demographic shifts are happening every couple of months, here and there, every quarter. And folks are realizing, oh my God, he's right. He's right. This really is a life changer. And we are thinking differently. We go to the grocery store now and we see the higher prices, but we know we can pay them. And so, burgers on sale, we're buying it, but we don't have to worry about buying it because we can afford to buy it. That realization of the world is another huge change of psychological everything. It's so exciting. I'm so pumped about it. We're green on the Dow, by the way. We're up on the Dow. We're up on the S&P. We're up on NASDAQ. We've gone green. Welcome to the party, pal. Here we are. What else is going on? JR, I tried to ask Chat GPT how to invest in stocks, and I got the usual blah, blah, blah about stocks are variable assets. No one can predict the market, et cetera, et cetera. What good is AI if it can't make me money? There you go. Susan Shops about Wealth Advisors. The best ones require a $10 million minimum investment. I know, and that doesn't mean they'll take care of you. I know that too. Would have done better putting our money in SPY. Aspire, Uncle Bruce needs remote Wi-Fi to start shows out of the whirlpool while relaxing. So we can rile them up in the whirlpool. JR, looks like maybe a green day after all. Bobby, my March April ARM holder amount is $4,092 with 10 contracts, currently around 2,400 to buy back. Fold those arms and let them go lower. Maria Powell, Uncle Bruce, you are a true teacher. Thank you. Deep value, a true master. Robert, people who are able to help others by giving them a skill that can change lives. You are one of those people, Bruce. Robert says thank you. Christina, hey, Uncle Bruce, I got a question. You often say we are a small percentage of traders because we sell options. My question is, who else is selling options? Institutions? Because there are the demand so there needs to be a supply. We're supplying the supply. Who else is offering the supply? Because if trillions of dollars of options exist, where are they all coming from? That's a good question. And the answer is definitely institutional traders. So we're talking about pension funds that are global pension funds, which there are millions of pension funds. I mean, just think of how many pension funds exist just in, say, a city, the city of Cleveland or Pittsburgh or Chicago. You have all these city employees, different kinds of employees. They all have different pension plans. You have private businesses with their own pension plans. You have the fire department, the police department, the teachers, the medical unions, the union pension funds that are out there, gazillions. Then there are the social workers in states, the government employees of states, then federal pension plans. And then there's Canada. There's Europe, every country in Europe, South America, Africa. We're talking global. We're talking probably millions of pension funds. I mean, a ton that manage tens of trillions, if not hundreds of trillions of dollars completely. They are all in the option writing business to one degree or another. Mutual funds. How many mutual funds exist in the world? Hundreds of millions. I'm sure they're everywhere. Then there are ETFs that are publicly traded. Then there are hedge funds. There are millions of hedge funds. Some are $500,000, some are $1 million value, some are $10 million hedge funds, some are 50, some are hundreds, some are in the billions. There are national accounts, like the country of Norway has its own wealth sovereign fund, the country of Saudi Arabia, and on and on. There are a ton of those. We are talking about millions of places that options can come from, I guess is the way to say it. But they're all being written by professionals hired by these entities, generally speaking. So you might have 4 people inside the option writing department of this mutual fund that is a $1 billion mutual fund or a $5 billion mutual fund. There's only 3 or 4 people that do that in that company. And then over here with this punt fund, there's this and this and that. And then there are you guys. And you folks are option writers in your own unique way, in your own small little way, because it's an open market for anyone to participate in, just like the stock market. You can buy 1 share of Apple. You can buy 1/10 of a share of Apple. You can buy 1/100th of a share of Apple, or you can buy 10 or 100 or 1,000 shares of Apple. You can write 1 call contract on Apple anytime you want if you have 100 shares or a deep in the money call contract. And so this is a very open market for all to participate in. And I'm trying to help you take your slice of the pie. Do you folks need $50,000 a month to pay your existing overheads? No, you don't. Some of you need $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $6,000, $8,000, whatever that number is. My number one objective is to get you guys there. Can I get you to that level? If I can help you get to that level, you're now much easier for me to double that or triple that. From there is a nothing burger to double or triple it. But to get you to that first level is what it's all about. Robert Benson, thank you for the PayPal donation. Just kicked in. I appreciate it, my friend. That's the name of the game, is to get you to the level where the third income comes in, or the income that's coming in from options equals the nut. It covers the house, covers everything. Groceries, insurance, mortgage payments, taxes, the heat bill, the water bill, the kids' dance lessons, everything you need to live on the basics is coming in from the options account. Once we've got that figured out, your salaries are now gravy. That's actually what happens, is your salaries are now savings. Where does that money go? Probably into the account to grow that account, to build it out. Because now what's the objective? Get to double the household income, double the needs, and triple and quadruple. When you're making double the amount of money you need to live on and saving half of all the money you bring in, you are in the upper middle class. You are no longer the lower middle class, the middle class. You're beyond the middle class. You're over the middle class now. You're bringing in double what you need to live on with all your expenses. Yeah, you're in the upper middle class. Can you bring in triple the amount of? You're at the very upper end of the middle class, the highest level of middle class. You're not rich yet. You're not a millionaire. You're not like, living the lifestyle of the Kardashians. You're not there, but you are moving up that demographic level real fast, and you have moved higher. You are now being pursued by every credit card company with platinum credit cards. You are now being offered all kinds of opportunities because these entities figure out who makes money in this world, and they target you now with targeted ads. You're now going to start getting Saks Fifth Avenue advertisements coming at you like you can't believe, because they're going to figure it out. You're in that demographic. You can afford a Rolex. They're going to come after you. Welcome to the party. But you can keep growing this and keep growing this. And you're going to get to the point where you're going to bring in enough income and enough asset values to add to your retirement account and to your outside retirement accounts, so that there'll come a point in time where you're going to hit a moment where you're going to go, we have more cash in our hands through our investment accounts than we owe on the mortgage. We can pay the mortgage off anytime we want with the money we manage now. That's the next realization. The next one after that is, not only do we have more money than we need to pay the mortgage, we're beyond that. Our retirement accounts are now worth more money than we believe we need to retire on. That might be 3 million, that might be 5 million, that might be 8 million. I don't know that number. Everyone has a different number on that one too. But that's the next one. And then the one after that is, we now have more capital on hand and cash flow coming in. We've got a second house. We have our winter getaway place, whichever that is, or our summer getaway place, whatever that is. Or we have 3 timeshares that we spend 2 weeks in various parts of this planet, whenever, through the year, whatever you want, whatever it is you want as your life. But you're going to get to that point where every dollar I bring in from this point forward is money I won't be spending in my lifetime. This is the kids and the grandkids. We're now setting up trusts. This is advanced financial planning that there are people who do this now amongst us. We don't hear about them because it's done quietly and discreetly, privately, and this world exists too. And that's as far as I can go with you on that. You ever going to get to the point where you're going to fly in a private jet? Give me a call and give me a ride. That would be great. I'd love a ride in a private jet. Never been in one. I'd love to be in one. Anyone out there's got a private jet? That would be great. Anyway, I'm excited for you guys. We're up 60 points on the Dow. We're up 17, 18 on S&P. We're up 86 on NASDAQ. The world did not come to an end today. How about that? The Tesla is up 793, 202. ME set 276, up a penny. It was up to 290 in the pre-market today. GameStop 1968 down a penny. Bed Bath Beyond is at down 9.5 to 194.5. ATIP 39.9 cents, up 2.3 cents today on the ATIP. 31,000 traded. Yep, 31,000 traded at 39.9 right now. Pick that up with loose. You got loose change. Pick up some ATIP. Just grab it. Tesla 202.52 up 788. SoFi 676 unchanged. Apple down 56. HBQ up a penny. Cyxtera up 6.5 cents. Google down 83. Moderna up $3. Cisco up a dime. Pfizer up 11. IBM down 26. Microsoft is up $3. Rocket Lab up 13.5 to 484. We got Matterport up 8 cents to 350. Smart ran up 4.5 to 268.5. Spire is unchanged, 103. Amazon up 87 cents to $100.41. Home Depot down 178. Netflix up 332. Vanek Vectors up 519. Adobe up 421. Goldman up 233. Boeing up 404. Big announcement from India today. Meta up 139 at 180. Having a little rebound today. Got as low as 175 today. He's got a little rebound going. Don't know how much there is in that, but it is a little better. We got a Royal Caribbean up 111 to 75.10. What a joke. Overpriced or what? Carvana up 16 cents. Robinhood up 28. BlackBerry up 8 cents. Target up 34 cents. JP Morgan up 89. Costco up 135. Walmart up $1. Disney up 57 cents. Nvidia up 9.27. American Airlines up 26 cents. That's what's going on right now. About 70-point gain on the Dow as we speak, and GameStop is now up 2 cents on the session right now. JR, don't trust AI. Google shares tanked after AI fail. It responded that the telescope took the very first pictures of a planet outside our own solar system. Coyote, 100% life changer. This Uncle Bruce guy. The Seinfeld references are just the icing on the cake. Financial mischief, JR. I think the way you worded your question is too broad for ChatGPT to answer. Deep value. I agree. You have to be specific with what you ask. AI, it can explain topics simply or more in detail. It can generate many mistakes based on your question and wording. Deep value options, it can. Coyote, stupid science AI couldn't even make I more smarter. Deep value, covered options, all institutions become whales in a company at a cheaper price. Just eat up all the stock float supply. Splair, I try this year to receive that level where I can live from covered calls and save $500 at least per month. Actually, I'm luckily at the halfway part of this. Part-time work is getting me the other half right on. Mirko, everybody with money could buy a Rolex and probably does. I'm more of a Breitling guy. JG, number 200 on the thumbs up meter, Bruce. Grand Rising Bagel family. Way to go, Uncle Bruce. Welcome to the party. Make it a great day, y'all. Neat. Jim Stevens, I'll stick to Casio. They got calculators. The Credit Savage. Wait, you guys have watches? Whoa, I'm quite frugal, so I'd rather ask the time and get it for free from someone with a $30,000 watch. Laughing out loud. Bobby Atkinson, same credit. Susan Shops about Bruce. I think some of us see the markets toggling along after a very long bull run. Should later this year market crashes, best way to prepare, just write options. Just keep writing options and we'll deal with it when we get there. It's okay. Bobby, we're living in a society, surely we can share time. Credit Savage, this is actually true. What Uncle Bruce is saying, I get all types of credit card mailings. They just want me to use their card and pay them interest. The joke's on them. I just get bonus points and I move on. DH Ruda, I asked GPT how to write cover calls. I think they interviewed Uncle Bruce. Nazareth Coyote, laugh aloud. Flowers for Charlie is a great episode. There you go. Thank you all for joining me today and being with me this morning as we rant away. We're up 77 points on the Dow. It looks like now, looking better. The Nasdaq up 90, S&P up 18. Oil down 91 cents, 79.22. Looks like at the moment. Yep, that's the dealio. ME is up 3 cents. GameStop 1974 up 5. And ATIP 40 cents. Giddy up. I'm going to sneeze. Hang on a sec. I'm going to try not to sneeze. Got a tickle in the nose. 40 cents on ATIP. A little recovery there. Volume now is 36,000 shares. Yeah, nibble it up. If you can pick up any ATIP, just nibble it up. Grab a couple thousand here and there. Pick up 300, 500,000 bucks worth of this stuff, and just put it away. Just take it off the street. Take it off the street. Tesla 203.08 up 843 right now. SoFi 676 unchanged. Welcome everybody. Nice to have you here. It's nice to see you. I'm excited for you, how you're doing, and looking forward to those of you who are really going to be making moves this year. Some of you are on the cusp of breaking out. It's kind of cool to see how folks are letting me know. I bought back 30 of my calls for $1.20. I just wrote 30 new calls for $4.50. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I just took in $13,500. Holy crap. Folks are realizing, geez, these dollars just keep getting bigger and bigger. It's amazing. Yeah, it's like inflation going your way. Sell my house fast enough on Marlboro. My great niece wanted an omelet this morning, and my wife told her eggs are expensive. I told her that if SoFi goes to $30 today, she can have omelets. Now I have a 12-year-old praying for $30 a share. Yeah. Wouldn't it be something if SoFi was at $30 a share all of a sudden? How rich would you folks be around here? I know that there's over 600,000 shares on this channel, at least. At $30 a share, was that $18 million in SoFi stock would be sitting around here? That would be something. If you guys were hauling in $3 contract, or writing contracts for $3 premium at 30, you guys would be hauling in. You'd be hauling in. What would that be? 1.8 million a month, or every time you rolled over your contracts from SoFi. I mean, give me a break. Holy crap, that's crazy. I just got a message here through somebody here. Thank you for a PayPal donation. Waiting to see if this kicks through here. Just give me a break. We've got give me a moment. We've got we already have Robert. Thank you, my friend, for that. And then someone just sent me something here. Renato just made a donation. Thank you. PayPal banned me in 2021, says Renato, when I sold my GameStop shares and tried to transfer the money to my other broker. Thank you for everything, Uncle Bruce. Thank you very much, my friend. Cape Coral, Florida. Love that. Love you down there in Florida. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that PayPal donation. It's very, very kind of all of you doing that. Much appreciated. We are now at 206 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you so much for pushing us over 200 yet again. You guys amaze me every day. Thank you. This is good stuff. Coyote, he's holding on the omelet hostage. Sell my house. My niece has no earthly idea what the hell SoFi is. Laughing out loud. Doesn't know what that is, but let's go to 30. Yeah. Giddy on up. Giddy on up. Yep. I remember when I first entered the brokerage business, and the first day I was an employee of a company, and I was just told, just watch these brokers. I was given a seat, and there were 3 stockbrokers working away, and I was just told, just watch these guys all day. Just watch. Don't bother them. Only talk to them if they ask you a question. Don't annoy anybody. Okay. And they were used to this. The newbies were always told to sit at that chair near them, and they had newbies every month watching them. So I'm a newbie, but I was more than a newbie. I already had my security scores. I've been investing myself already for a year. I'd already invested in stock options. I already followed markets. So I'm listening to these guys talking, and I knew exactly what they were saying to their clients, and I could sense the client's reaction on the other end. But I watched a broker on my first day make himself $2,000 in 1979 in 3 hours. I watched a broker make $2,000 personally. And I noticed instantly when I met this guy, he was the best dressed guy in the office because he was a clothes horse. This guy loved to buy clothing. He really loved the good stuff. And I watched this guy for I think I had to hang out with him for about half a week. And by the end of the week, we were back and forth chatting because he realized I knew what was going on. And I wasn't just Oh, what are you doing? What are you talking about? We were hanging out. Quickly got to understand each other. But yeah, he was making himself at that time in 1979. He was making himself about a quarter million a year in pay. In 1979, you could buy a house in Calgary in 1979, a 3 bedroom attached garage, yard, everything, for $100,000. Like really nice house for $100,000. This guy's making 250 a year. He was 28. Yeah. Well, that was something. And he would take a 1 hour lunch, have a couple of cocktails during lunchtime, and the afternoon he was bagging off. He only worked in the mornings. In the afternoon, he was just hanging out because he already made his dough. Wasn't motivated to just keep going at that pace all day long, but. It was interesting watching that kind of stuff, seeing people make money back in the day, and it was inspiring. But I also realized there's mistakes he's making, there's efficiencies he's not working on, and he can't keep this up. And within 5 years, he wasn't in the business anymore. He had he was a fireworks show. He was fantastic to watch, but after 5 years, the fireworks were gone. And I don't know whatever happened to him. I honestly don't know whatever became of this guy. But yeah, there were guys that I knew that were long gone, and were not with us anymore within 5 or 10 years either. Completely burned out. Were long gone. So there was that. Anyway, what can I say? Dean, 1979, $2,000 is 8,700 today. That's something else. Well, that makes me feel bad. Yeah, that's serious money. 8,900 today. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Well, it makes sense. The kind of 3 bedroom house that I'm talking about would be now $800,000 today. Yeah, that would be 8 times as valuable. And the car he was driving a nice 2-seater sports car at the time, one of those Mazda rotary engine cars. Um, yeah, so that would be a much more expensive toy today if he had something like that. But yeah, the guy was wearing the entire outfit, the suit, the vest, the jacket, the vest, the pants, the nice shirts with his initials monogrammed on the cuff. Really expensive tie. I mean, those outfits were $500 a piece, and he didn't wear the same suit twice during the week. No, he had at least 2 weeks of suits always. So you'd see a suit once or twice a month. You'd see the same suit, but then he started color coordinating between his jackets and his pants, and yeah. And then when he came in if they asked us to come in in the evenings to do some evening work in those days, he'd come in casual, of course, and he was wearing $500 casual clothing with the really nice leather jacket, the bomber jacket, and oh yeah, this guy was dressed, but unfortunately, he couldn't keep up the pace of the lifestyle to match it. And when the '80s came and we had tough times in the early '80s, he was not making that much money anymore. And unfortunately, his clothing went out of style. That's the problem. His 1978, 79, 1980 clothing by 84, 85, 86 was no longer hip anymore, and that game was over. But what can I say? Anyway, why would PayPal not allow someone to try? I have no idea. I can't answer that question. I rewound this morning's rant, says BW, and had my wife listen to your explanation of options. How premiums are deposited, yes, but shrinkage over time is what allows how much percentage we keep. She now gets it. More poor man covered calls. Now she gets it. It clicked. Oh, yeah. So if we write more, we bring more in and they depreciate. We keep more of that and that. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay. Welcome to the party. Here we go. Splair, interesting story. I love the share of wisdom. JR, of those Mazdas were pure junk. Those rotary engines were out very fast. Yeah, he sold that car within like a year or two. He got rid of it. BW, Dean, gotta love inflation. Yeah, he dumped that car. There was another guy in the office who had that car as well, and he also dumped it within a year. But then these guys were getting a new car every year, And I was guilty of it. I bought a brand new, well, I leased a brand new 1979 BMW 528i within 3 months of becoming a broker in that firm because I was making money too. And that car was $23,000 back then, but it wouldn't be 140 today. It wouldn't be 160 grand today. Excuse me, that car today is probably about $80,000 today. So inflation has come in, but on that BMW, not not 8 times more expensive. It's interesting how that shifted. And if I were that guy today, that 20, what would I have been at that 23, 24-year-old? I would have got myself a Tesla. Without a doubt, I would have had a Tesla, not a Beamer. But hey, it is what it is. Hawkeye Fab budget talk earlier. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Fabulous budget talk. Makes me think to group GameStop shares into 4 quarters a year, and that way collect the premiums when I sell options 1 year out. Could be great. We'll see. There you go. Bringing in premiums. Like I said, if you're writing 3, 4, or 5 month calls out there, out of the money calls for fat premiums, you've got the money in your account now. Now you're sitting back going, how much do I give back and when do I roll over again? And how much can I roll over into this time? That's what it's all about, kids, getting richer, building out your positions, writing more calls, bringing in more capital. Yes, let the options players be the gamblers. Take their money and get it in your account, put it to work for yourself. They're handing it to you because they don't want to work it themselves in a stock or in any kind of an option writing program. They're gambling on the options. Let them gamble, take their money and get wealthy on it. Become the casino. Here we go. Did you ever see managers of casinos driving shit cars? Even in the movies, they drive nice cars. You ever seen casino managers in the movie Casino? Not that today's casino owners are like that guy from the movie Casino. But if you're ever in Vegas and you ever see employee parking lots in Vegas, if you ever get a chance to see where the managers and the assistant managers park their cars, they're not driving crap. They're not driving garbage cars. They have more than one car as well. They're well paid, very well paid. Anyway, there you go. BW, we all know you want to get a Tesla, and that's okay. But what is your ultimate classic or exotic car that you would own if someone gave you $1 million and this was your first purchase? Oh my gosh! If I could buy any car I could get for a car, I would love to get the Model S, like the Tesla sedan. I'd love that. But right now, renting this Model Y with dual motor, I love this thing. This thing is fast. It's fantastic. I'm really happy with this thing. I used to believe, like back in the 90s, in early 2000s, I remember, and also when I was working in the car trade, when I was in the car business in 1994 for a few years, the Lexus is what I wanted. I wanted a Lexus, and I eventually got one. I did get a Lexus when I was an offshore asset manager. I leased a Lexus for a few years, and it was a great car. Loved it. ES330. It's just a dressed up Camry, but it was really nice. That was a classic car to have at that time. About 4 or 5 years, 10 years before the Tesla showed up. But today, I don't crave a Lexus. I don't crave anything else really fancier than that. And being at this age, yeah, I'd be happy with a Model S. I mean, that would be pretty nice. But I don't know if I'd be happy with it. It's a sedan where I am kind of partial to this Model Y and being a little higher up. I don't know if I'd want a Model X, which is the big SUV that Tesla makes. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not the car guy I used to be, and I'm not the golfer I used to be. I don't crave the golf anymore like I did when I was in my 30s, 20s and 30s and 40s. I wanted to golf. Oh gosh, I want to go golfing. I just don't crave that anymore. It's funny how it changes, isn't it? Isn't it funny? Dean, GTG, time to go bottle the wine for the spring summer. Have a great day. Thank you, Dean. Lame Duck, his car blew up. Slayer Lexus is my favorite car in Need for Speed, Most Wanted. Lame Duck Casino, yeah. Slayer, by the way, I'm wishing everyone here already a relaxed day. That's right. The car, his car blew up. That's right. The Robert De Niro's car in Casino. He was driving a Cadillac Seville, wasn't it a Cadillac Seville? And it had a plate underneath the driver's seat that saved his life. Yeah, it's a great movie. Love that Scorsese movie. Really cool. Anyway, I'm wishing everybody a relaxed day today. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. We're coming to the end of the show here. It's Tuesday. We are sitting on 213 thumbs ups today. Thank you guys so much for that. It's great to have 195 of you still with me at this point in the show. Thank you for the turnover. Thank you for those who've joined me for the first time today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're learning a lot. Those of you who have had who understand this and begin to understand this, welcome to the party. As option writers figure out, oh my God, we can really make some money doing this. I love it. BW Dean, the Uncle Bruce Vintage Run of Wines. Amy, AJ, thanks, Uncle Bruce. You got it, Amy. Make lots of money out there today, kids. Get richer. Join me today at 3 o'clock Eastern for the final hour of trading today. If any of you want to have a one-on-one with me on Sunday to discuss your personal needs, let me know with an email. Just fire me an email. Say, hey, Bruce, I need to talk to you. Thank you, those of you who've made PayPal donations. Thank you, those of you who've made super chats. Thank you for those of you who have renewed your memberships, upgrading your memberships to Gold Bagel level. Welcome to the party, pal. We're having some fun here. And I'll join you this afternoon at 3. John Anderson, as always, thank you, my friend, for being around. Richard Carlin, knee. Maybe we'll have a knee attack tomorrow, later today. Yeah, we'll do a knee attack later today. Join us for that. You can't miss the knee attack. Everybody, I'll catch you guys later this afternoon. Have a great rest of your day. This point. Make a bunch of dough, get richer, and let me know how you're doing. Okay? All right. That's it. I'm out of here from Palm Desert. I got to find out what Auntie Jen wants to do right now. I got to get going. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye for now.